Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Burks versus Smith.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Ms. Burks, you claim your former boss got you pregnant and now refuses to do anything for your 4-year-old daughter, Messiah, leaving you in financial distress. You claim today's DNA test will prove that he is Messiah's father. You are joined by your brother, who says he has had to step in and help out. Mr. Smith, you say you are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father, and the truth will be revealed today. So, Ms. Burks, how important are today's results for you and your family?
Well, this situation is very, very important. It's so important that when I go back home, it might not be a possibility that I might not have a home for my daughter. So this situation is very, very important.
And so you are raising your daughter by yourself?
Yes, I am.
You've had no help from Mr. Smith?
No.
Messiah is 4 years old.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
She's beautiful. Mr. Smith?
Yes,
she says she needs your help.
Well, I was under assumptions for a long amount of time that Messiah was not my child.
Okay.
And I was told that by the plaintiff.
You were told that by the plaintiff?
Yes.
Ms. Burks, did you tell
me? That's not true. And I never told him that he'd never be the father at all.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wright, what would you like to add?
Okay, now this guy, he's telling the story. Like, this is the guy that she was with all the time. So, like, how could you just up and say that? Like, come on now. It looked just like him.
Can I say
Are you
something?
serious?
Well, yes, she was with me all the time because she worked with me.
We were still together without working.
When she stayed still together, she mean we was in the same place together. We were never together.
You're saying you were never in a
We
relationship?
was never in a relationship.
What was this?
We worked together, and one time we had sex. I was
It wasn't no
thirsty.
one time, Your Honor. He lying. It wasn't no time. It was more than one time. Way before I even had Messiah, it was maybe 1 or 2 years, way before I even had Messiah, we had sex. And it was off and on in the last year or two.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor. No, I was working for him for a period of time as well. When I go home, them guys would still be at work. They'd be like spending the nights together. So,
Can I respond to that?
I would like that.
Okay. Reason why, Your Honor, she would spend nights at my home was because now my business was in my home. So there was also another male partner who stayed in my home as well, spent just as much time.
He stayed upstairs. He wasn't in the house. He stayed upstairs, so he don't even know what was going on.
So he was your boss. How did you end up getting into a sexual relationship with your boss?
Well, one day after work, we had a couple of drinks. He asked me for a massage. He started massaging my back. I massage his. One thing that
he asked you for a massage, and he ended up massaging you?
That's incorrect, Your Honor. What happened was, one day we was together. We all got drunk after a day of work. She asked me, can she spend a night in my home? And she asked to massage my back and my feet.
He lying, Messiah. That's
because we
a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
Did you let all your employees massage your back and your feet, Mr. Smith?
No.
No, I did not let all the employees massage my back and feet because it was actually only 3 of us who was in my home at the time. All the other employees were outside field reps. Nobody else was in our inner circle of hanging out together.
So was this part of the job description, or were you just trying to flirt with her at that point?
At that point in that time, I was drunk, and yes, I flirted with her at that time.
It wasn't he was drunk. He know what the heck he was doing. It wasn't no drunk.
So, Mr. Smith, your testimony is that this was a one-time thing, or was this an ongoing sexual relationship with an employee?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. This was a one-time thing.
It wasn't a one-time.
After work with an employee, after we all had a long day, and we had some drinks.
Why such a discrepancy, though? She says it was ongoing for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You say it was only one time.
Because for that 2-year span, when she was saying that was this supposedly relationship, she was literally telling our friends and coworkers that I was her boyfriend.
That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not
to the
true.
fact.
They was assuming that we was together because we've been together. We would be together all the time. So they assumed that.
Mr. Wright, let me
we
ask
was
you. You
having
said
sex.
you also worked for Mr. Smith for a period of time.
I did, yes, sir.
How long?
I say maybe a couple months.
And during the time you worked for him, did you have an occasion to see your sister be involved, go out with him?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, they was together all the time.
We've never went on a date.
No.
Never.
It don't have
Your
to
Honor.
necessarily be a date.
It wasn't
to
never no
go.
date, but we all, it's his, like you said, the home. It was at his home. We
Yeah.
go chill at his house.
Your Honor, she's trying to build it up as if I was doing something special or something by inviting her to my home and her being with me on
You're saying that she was elevating the stakes, that this was not what it was, that you
No.
were just co-workers, you had one night
Yes.
of indiscretion,
Yes, Your
and it
Honor.
was just that.
Your
Yes,
Honor,
Your
But
Honor.
Ms.
If it
Burks,
was,
you said,
Your Honor, we didn't just have sex one time, Your Honor, and there go Messiah, and I didn't know who their father is. It wasn't never that. I was dealing with this man 1 or 2 years way before Messiah came along.
if you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. When you found out Miss Burks was pregnant, how did that go?
I congratulated her because she told me her and her boyfriend at the time, who she was dating, was having a child. So it
That's
was a
not true.
regular day at work.
That's not true.
It was a regular
That's not
day
true,
at
Your
work,
Honor.
Your Honor.
That's not true, Your Honor.
So,
How did you tell Mr. Smith you were pregnant?
meaning I already knew she was pregnant.
He did know I was pregnant, but why would you ask me again
Did you
if the baby
originally
was yours?
Did you originally tell him that it was your ex-boyfriend's child?
No, I told him, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I did.
Okay, now we remember.
Thank you.
I did.
So, Mr. Smith,
Yes, Your
she
Honor.
comes over and she tells you, I'm pregnant with my ex-boyfriend's child. We're going to have a baby
And
together.
No.
Congratulations.
No.
I'm like, good
That's
for
not
you.
it. No.
It's good to see that, that you and your boyfriend is getting together.
It's 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
How did 4 years go by without this getting resolved?
He didn't ever. I don't think he didn't ever want to do it. I did want to do it. I mean, I was nervous and everything, but I wanted to. He didn't want it.
Your Honor, I will admit that I did not push to find out if the child was mine as much as I should have in hindsight. But this young lady came to me and told me at the time that this was not my child.
Look at her. She looks just like him.
Your Honor, the only reason that is an issue is because the gentleman who she was with at the time is very similar to my exact features as well.
Well,
No, he don't
was
look
tall
nothing
and
like
he a
her.
little darker than him.
Right, he don't look nothing
Way
like
a little
her.
darker than him. The baby do not look nothing like
No,
him.
he don't look-
at her.
So let
The
me
nose,
ask
the
you this,
mouth,
Ms.
everything.
Burke. You said there is a potential that
Yeah.
there's another man that could be Messiah's biological father. Where is he?
Well, he's not around.
Does he want to be a part of her life?
Not at all,
sure.
Your Honor. She came to me with the story when she eventually told me that he's not gonna help her with it. She basically told me that he was like, I'm not finna be dealing with you, bye.
That's not true.
She had me and all our employees before. She even came to me and told me about that, hey, this child could be yours. She had all of us believing that was his. And she had him believe
Oh
that.
my God, that's not true.
Like I said before, she was always with him.
It wasn't no
So,
one-time
Your
thing.
Honor,
It
yes,
never was a
she
one-time
was-
thing.
So Messiah is now 4 years old. Have you developed any type of a relationship with her?
Yes, Your Honor. I've had Messiah in my home several times living with me.
Really?
Yes, because of Miss Burks' inability to keep a safe environment for Messiah. And the reason why I did that, under the idea that I was still thinking that she wasn't mine, is because I did not want to see the child go through the same situation Miss Burks did.
Why would you
Why would you do that if you think you wasn't the
Because
father?
I did not want the child to be stuck with you.
That's it.
That's the truth, Your
Stuck
Honor.
with you.
Right.
And so you would have Messiah at your home. You would just be taking care of her on your own?
Yes.
That's a
For
lie.
how long at a time?
That's a
And,
lie.
and inklings of easily 6 to 4 months, 6
That's a
to
lie.
8
That's
months.
a doggone
Your
lie,
Honor.
man. That's a doggone
Your
lie.
Honor, Your Honor, I would have the child with me for, I want to say, weeks before I would have Miss Burks come to me and say something like, hey, if you don't let me stay with you, then I'm gonna take Messiah.
That's not true. That's not true.
So you believe she was using Messiah to get back in to be able to stay at your home?
Not only stay at my home, but the plaintiff has it really bad for me, almost stalkerish.
That's not true.
Yes, she was with me all the time.
And he know, even my ex know.
And you wasn't working all the time.
Yes,
Right,
she
and
was with me all the time, multiple reasons. One, she would get kicked out of everywhere she stayed. So she would come and knock on my door, 2
All
o'clock,
the time.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the
That's a
morning,
lie. That's a
several
lie.
times.
That's a lie.
Two,
That's
the
a lie.
company that I did, I owned and I ran out of my home. So all my employees would be there, all our friends would be there, before work, after work, during work. 3, the place where we did our job was literally a block away from my home. So after work, during work, paperwork pickup, us just, hey, I'm too tired right now, everyone would go to my home. When she stated about the gentleman staying upstairs in my home, it was because I lived in a 6-unit building and I had access to all the units, so I gave the gentleman upstairs an apartment. I offered her an apartment as well.
That's not true. No. That's not true.
Oh
at
my
all.
goodness.
That's not
You all have not agreed on one thing.
No, that's not true. Everything he said is a lie.
That's not true.
He's
That's not true
a
at all.
good liar.
Goodness
manipulate.
gracious.
Come on, man.
I mean,
true.
everything he states, you say that's not true.
It's
Everything you state, he says that's not true.
He's a great liar. I don't see how he could sit in front of a judge and lie like that.
Who is Messiah calling daddy?
Me, the reason, Your Honor, she called me daddy is because when she can't, or when she falls down, I've always been the one there to get and take
off
them out
and
of the
on.
situation.
Mr. Smith, you say Messiah calls you daddy.
Yes,
Have you stepped up to the plate consistently?
consistently.
Okay, so if you have, and she's 4 years old, why now? Why contest it all now?
2 reasons. One, I've just made a move to Arizona to start a new life that I have.
Okay.
With your
Right.
other girlfriend.
With-
With his
right?
other
Yes.
girlfriend, right, and her kids staying with his mother house.
No,
Come on now.
no, we are not in my mother's
His cousin's house.
No, we
it's
are
not
in my
his.
cousin's house.
It's not his.
And you
Your
stayed with
Honor.
us
It's not
numerous
his.
of times.
He
Your
stayed
Honor.
with us.
Okay, listen, Mr. Smith, you doing all this. You stepping in to save Miss Burks. You're taking Messiah in when you feel like she doesn't have a place to live.
Yes.
You say you stepped up consistently.
Always.
The child calls you daddy.
Yes.
What in the world? You got all of this going on.
Yes.
And yet you still deny paternity.
I was getting to the second part of that, Your Honor. The second part of the reason, again, is because now that I started my life with the young lady who I'm dating now, she has a daughter as well. And they're starting to get confusion as in dealing with the daughter, as in dealing with the young lady who I'm dating now.
That's what hurt me about it. You haven't been in that child's life. And like me, I haven't had a child in my life, and my father in my life, he was off and on in my life. And I don't want to make the same mistake as having Messiah, not having a father in her life. It hurts me because I don't want her to be in the same predicament as me. I used to cry off and on, because I'm scared that I didn't know who the father is, and she and I never know who her father is while growing up. So it hurts me. He gonna go back to Arizona and live his life as his girlfriend, her daughter.
What you're fearing is that he's moving on with his life and he's gonna sever ties with Messiah.
Yeah.
Okay. The only way we are going to get down to the bottom of this and figure out how we can move forward is to get the results. And I have them. Jerome?
There you go, Your Honor. You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Burks versus Smith, when it comes to 4-year-old Messiah Burks, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Smith, you are not her father.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
What?
You are not her father, sir.
I've grown to love this young lady. I'm still gonna help take care of Messiah.
Richard.
Mr. Smith, I can see that this is making you emotional.
I'm sorry, man. That's all I can say. I'm sorry.
Because I raised this girl. She looked like that, she act like that because I installed those things in her.
I'm sorry I could not give you a different answer, Mr. Smith.
I'm sorry.
You say you're still gonna be there for Messiah, and that's a beautiful thing. And it's not gonna be an easy road, but you can do it. I wish you the very best of luck. Ms. Burks, I'd like to see you in my chambers. Court is adjourned. Ms. Burks, that was a difficult result. So we are where we are now. And sometimes part of moving forward is understanding that we have to face our reality, all right? When I heard you testify about the struggles you've been through, that bothered me. This is a gift from me to you. And it's something to tide you over till we can help you find a place to live and you can find another job. It's a gift card for $500 to make sure you can get food, clothing, to take care of your little girl.
I appreciate everything.
I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.